Hello, this is Davide Biocchi speaking, and this is my weekly intermarket analysis. Let's start as usual with euro dollar, that is now in a range that is 1.07 to 1.05 and something more, 0.530, 0.540. This is more or less, this was the range previously, and this is the new range here. So I expect the market to continue moving in between these two levels until the moment we will see the job, let's say, the job data this week, let's say, focusing especially on the payrolls and unemployment next Friday. So this is for what concerning the euro dollar, and immediately after we can have a look at the crude oil. The crude oil was able to move again very close to the level of 82. Exactly, it was very close to the level of 80. Now it's coming a little bit back, but more or less it's still continuing this range between 72 and $82 that is lasting since months. For what concerning the gold, there is a reaction here. The market was congestioning into, let's say, in between the prices of 1,830 to 1,780, more or less this was the range. The market was very close to re-enter that level, but then rebounded, and now we can see a different situation that can have a next step at 1,880, as we can see here. So this is for what concerning the gold. Let's move to the European stock indices, and let's start with the Euro Stock 50, that today is, let's say, trying to consolidate this new price. There was a breakout of a previous box here, the previous movement here, and the market is probably assuming as a target the previous periodical high that we can see here around 4,370.80, so more or less very close to 4,400. Very similar is the situation for what concerning the DAX. The DAX is moving out from this box that recently for more or less around a month was working on this stock index, and the target is for sure, we are only few % far from the record high, that are historical record high that we can see there, 16,300 more or less. We are 700 points, 6 to 700 points far from that level. Very interesting. For what concerning the situation of the US stock indices, for sure we have seen a very good signal by the S&P 500. More or less the market reacted on a trend line. So we can trace here this uptrend line. The market tested it and then reacted. And also the reaction can be considered happening a little bit above the price of 3,900. So it's a quite good test that we have seen. Next target could remain as previously around 4,170. That is the previous level and could be potentially the target that we can see here. Very similar is the situation because of a reaction that we have on the Nasdaq, but the Nasdaq that lasted for months into a box that was 10,800 to 600 below here to, let's say, 12,000. The market remained for a long time into this box, and then there was a breakout. The market accelerated and, let's say, tested exactly the previous resistance, and then pulled back to 12,000 and reaction. And right now the market is again rebounding, recovering, probably to see again that price above there. So this is for what concerning the situation. It's a very interesting week, especially because of the data. Mr. President Powell will be at Capitol Hill, and then we will see all this data connected to the job market. So this is really interesting. Let's see what is going to happen. And so bye-bye for this week. See you next Monday. Ciao, ciao from Italy.